an appropriate sentence in this case would be and shall be ordered in the amount of 480 months to life.
The Washington Court of Appeals ruled the Freeman High School shooter's 40-year sentence is too long. That means the now 22-year-old must return to court to be resentenced. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. 2 years ago, Caleb Sharp was convicted of killing a classmate and injuring 3 others during the 2017 shooting at Freeman High School. Now, based on updated state law, the Court of Appeals ordered that he be resentenced.
Chief journalist Amanda Rowley joining us live in the studio tonight with more to this story to explain what we might expect during Sharp's resentencing. Amanda?
As you can imagine, this process is the last thing the Freeman community wants to go through again. The date for Caleb Sharp's resentencing hasn't been scheduled yet, but when it is, the case will return to Spokane County Superior Court.
2 years ago, Caleb Sharp pleaded guilty to first-degree murder, 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and second-degree assault. The Washington Court of Appeals says his 40-year sentence tied to the first-degree murder conviction is too long. This is based on state law the legislature updated last year. It says anyone convicted of aggravated first-degree murder for an offense committed before the age of 16 shall be sentenced to a mandatory minimum of 25 years in prison. Sharp was 15 years old when he fired a gun at his Freeman High School classmates in 2017. The Court of Appeals document filed today says the state agrees the current 40-year sentence exceeds the updated statute.
Whenever there's a resentencing, it's really difficult for victims, for victim family.
Retired criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Feiner recently represented a defendant in their 3rd resentencing earlier this month. Right now, Washington state juvenile sentencing laws are in flux, which he says makes it challenging for attorneys and judges to keep up.
I don't know if we've seen the last of the amendments, but each resentencing multiplied by the dozens and dozens across the state, I think puts a burden on the court and the families, but justice has to be served.
The memory of it has not faded. I hear the shots and I see the students rushing into my room to get to safety.
At 15 years old, I thought I was going to die in a classroom full of my best friends.
Victim impact statements during Sharp's first sentencing lasted weeks. The Spokane County Prosecutor's Office says while we may hear these statements again, they may not be scheduled as long.
Now, there are still many questions about what to expect in this hearing. Former Judge Michael Price is presided over this case, and he's now retired. The Spokane County Prosecutor's Office told me it's too early to say if he will return for the resentencing or if the case will go before a new judge. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you very much. Also new tonight, Spokane police have arrested a woman they say hit and killed a man with his own truck.
According to police, this happened last Tuesday near West Sunset Frontage Road in South Grove. Police say 27-year-old Alyssa Bray accepted a ride from 70-year-old Gerald Fox. They believe at some point Bray took control of Fox's truck and intentionally hit him.
Detectives arrested Bray on first-degree murder charges today. She was booked in the Spokane County Jail. Her bond has now been set at just over $1 million.
We are learning more about the woman who was killed in a head-on crash near North Argonne Road on Friday.
The Spokane County Medical Examiner says 28-year-old Amanda Fuller died of blunt force injuries.
According to Spokane County Sheriff's deputies, Fuller was driving south on Argonne when she crossed over the center lane, hitting a truck. The driver of the truck was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay.
New details tonight on alleged fighting involving University of Idaho football players.
New information obtained by KREM 2 from University of Idaho boosters alleges a Vandal football player punched another student, knocking them unconscious.
Those emails are from the leadership at the West Treasure Valley chapter of the Vandal Scholarship Fund. They claim that player was allegedly accompanied by several other teammates wearing ski masks and carrying pipes.
Right now, 20 players are under investigation for the fight. As a result, the chapter of boosters canceled this year's Summerfest fundraiser.
Just into our newsroom here within the last few hours, the city of Spokane is joining a lawsuit against the manufacturers of the so-called forever chemicals PFAS.
The PFAS contamination is an issue that we have been covering for years now. KREM 2's Cody Proctor joining us in the studio tonight to bring us more. Cody?
Well, as you mentioned, we have been covering the issue of PFAS for years, but that has been out in the West Plains and Erie Heights area. Now, this is the first time that we're hearing of issues in the city of Spokane, with low levels detected of PFAS detected at 2 different wells pictured right here.
Spokane City officials filed the complaint last Friday as part of a larger lawsuit out of South Carolina. That complaint lists 11 causes of action against companies like 3M, Buckeye Fire Equipment, and DuPont. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown made a statement about the lawsuit, saying, quote, "Protecting the health and safety of Spokane's residents is our top priority. By taking legal action against these manufacturers, we are holding accountable those responsible for polluting our drinking water." Spokane officials say the city started testing for the forever chemicals last year and found 2 well locations had low levels of PFAS. The Ray Street well near 23rd and Ray on the South Hill, and the Grace well at the city's water department on North Foothills. Last week, the EPA established the first national standards limiting the amount allowed in drinking water. According to the city, one of their production wells tested higher than the new federal levels. The issue of PFAS isn't exactly new to our area, but it's been mostly centered around Airway Heights and the West Plains area. This winter, the organization West Plains Water Coalition held multiple information meetings about the chemicals, including the potential health issues. KREM 2 spoke with former Spokane Regional Health Officer Dr. Bob Lutz about the issue back in February.
I think it's a growing concern, and I think we're still learning a lot. I think we have a growing body of evidence to support the idea that there are associations between PFAS exposure and a number of health-related issues.
For those willing tonight, there will be opportunities.
And we just found out from city officials within the last half hour that well that tested above the federal level was the Ray Street well. The city of Spokane has been previously part of a lawsuit with Monsanto. They received over $6 million from that particular case last year. They're now hoping to see similar results with this one. In the studio, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.
All right, Cody, thank you very much. All right, let's take a quick break from the headlines to talk weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo.
So, Jeremy, we went from 70s and sunshine. Now we're talking about cold wind, and you even said snow today.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's April, and April's doing April things, and this is just kind of what we got. Believe it or not, it is cold. Not cold, but it's much cooler. 48 with a little bit of rain, but notice the wind. Wind's still gusting pretty good. At times we're seeing those gusts up near 20 miles per hour, and that's helping those showers move rather quickly. Notice a predominant zonal flow, or west to east, and that's what's pushing those showers in and out. It's coming down as snow up in the mountains, and you're likely seeing a few of those snowflakes or grapple pellets fall at your house. Nothing's accumulating. It is all melting quick and moving out. Tomorrow, believe it or not, we do it all again. We're colder to start the day, and we see another round of those pop-up showers in the afternoon, very similar to what we saw today, but with a little more heat down on the ground. Those might be a little more widespread, a little heavier at times, and still pack a little bit of snow, a little bit of grapple, and eventually work their way out. There's some model suggestion we have another chance on Thursday, but here we go. Tomorrow morning, it is cold. Seriously, like down near freezing across the entire Northwest. But tomorrow afternoon, a 20-degree jump puts us back in the 50s, pretty widespread. We're going to talk warmer days, but we're also going to talk how long this cold sticks around coming up in your full forecast.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. And if you would like the latest forecast on your own time, just head on over to KREM 2 Plus. KREM 2 Plus is free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.